today we're doing something very exciting. We are trying a new thing. And the new thing is doing a little bit of fun educational stuff. So today I have 5 and actually 6, so 5 and a bonus tip on how to sing and play the harp at the same time. So let's go. Okie dokie. Tip number 1, learn each part separately. So what that means is don't sit down at your harp and go, can I sing and play at the same time? Because you're gonna confuse yourself and life will be sad. Instead, what I recommend doing is learn your harp part, practice it by itself, and learn your singing part and practice it by itself until you can do both of them solidly. And then you start putting them together. And we'll talk about ways to do that in just a little bit. Now, some questions that come up when you're doing that is, what if I can't stay on pitch? Here's what I recommend. I recommend you either make a recording using your harp, since that's what you're going to be singing with. You can play the melody if that's comfortable for you, if that's easy, or find an online recording and practice with that. So just sing along, kind of get used to it, and as you do that, slowly start to turn the volume down so that you hear it less and less and less, and kind of see how you do with the pitch as you turn the volume down. So that's tip number 1, learn each part separately, harp part and singing part really, really well before you put them together. Step number 2, dose, is breathe with your harp. What the heck does that mean? While you're practicing your harp part, whatever it may be, breathe in as you place your hands on the strings, breathe out as you play, and then breathe in to place, breathe out to play, so on and so forth. You're training your body to breathe in the phrasing of whatever song you're doing, and that will help when you start singing and adding the lyrics. It'll help you put those things together. So that's tip number 2, breathe with your harp. Tip number 3, don't play the melody. Wait, but really, don't play the melody. Here's why. A couple of reasons. I know it can be tempting to want to play the melody because it helps you stay on pitch, because it feels comforting. It feels like you're singing not so alone. And you can do that. I mean, there's no law that says you can't play the melody and sing the melody at the same time. But here's why I actually advocate that you don't do that. For one thing, if you make a mistake, either in your harp or in your singing, it suddenly becomes a lot more noticeable because it's very unlikely that you're going to make the same mistake both with your voice and with your hands. And so then it's, you've got a little miscommunication going on there. Whereas if you have done them differently, if you're playing something different to what you're singing, then it won't show up as much when you have a little bobble or something goes wrong. Of course, that leads to the question, what do we play? And we'll get to that in a second. But that's my tip number 3, don't play the melody. Tip number 4, so then what do I play, right? Tip number 4, less is more. Ooh, that rhymed. Ha! Let the voice shine through. You can come up with a pattern that stays the same, that you just keep playing over and over again while you're singing. You can come up with just playing chords, which actually is a really great way to practice your chords and to get yourself in a position for being able to improvise and other things. So, for example, I might just play my chords and sing my tune. Alas, my love, you do me wrong to cast me off discourteously. Or if that feels a little bit too you can break them up. One note at a time, bottom to top is usually a good way to do it. Alas, my love, you do me wrong to cast me off discourteously. That's a little fuller, feels a little safer. So those are 2 options that you have for accompanying yourself when you're singing, not playing the melody, but also letting the voice shine through. So that brings us to step number 5, tip number 5, which is sing by ear, play by shape. So here's the thing. When you sing, the only way The single and only way that the pitch is going to come out of your mouth reliably is if you hear it first. That's it. That is the one-stop shop. If you are not hearing it, ain't gonna happen. So that means that we now can't listen in the same way that we were before to what we're playing. It's not that we can't listen, but it just becomes a little bit trickier. So what I recommend doing is exactly like I showed you before with the chords. I would call that playing by shape. Because I have a shape. Here it is. It's my little triad shape. 1, 2, 3. Or 3, 2, 1, rather. And that's just moving down the harp. I don't even have to look. Because it's the same shape. And it just moves all over. Haha. So, I don't have to hear those notes first in order to play them. Because my hand, if I make the right shape, and I put it on the harp in the right shape, it will do that. So therefore, I can listen, I can hear what I'm going to sing, I can focus on that with my ears, and play with my shapes. So there you go. That's tip number 5, sing by ear, play by shape. Okie dokie, bonus tip number 6/bonus. Pick the right key. This is super, super important. Because if you are singing in a key that is uncomfortable, or is too high, is too low, is too whatever, that can really affect your ability to stay on pitch. You can kind of create a lot of tension and icky things in your throat. Don't want to do that. Very bad. So how do you know what the right key is? Well, I recommend moving away from the harp, go do the dishes or laundry or whatever, spend some time away, kind of get the sounds out of your head if you've just been practicing, and then just start singing the song. Sing it wherever it's comfortable. It might be, alas, my love, have you do, or it might be really high, alas, my love, have you do me wrong. Chances are it's probably going to be somewhere in the middle. And then, if that feels comfy to you, go find your harp, figure out which pitch you started it on, and that will help you determine what key is comfy for you. So then the next question is, what happens if that key doesn't fit on your harp? Okay, so this brings us to the lovely issue of tuning. Yay. A lot of people tune to C major, which means when the levers are down, all of the strings are like the white keys on the piano. I and many others tune to E flat, which is 3 flats, E flat, A flat, B flat. The reason we do that is because the range of keys that it gives you is more useful in daily life. There's also some good videos I'll link in the description below. I believe Christy-Lyn has one on her YouTube channel, and there are a couple others that are really, really good for how to tune your harp to E flat. It may be that you sing better in flat keys. It's more comfortable for you to sing in flat keys. I'll tell you, it's more comfortable for me to sing in flat keys. I like them, they feel nice, they're very warm and fuzzy, like a blanket. I like flat keys, so I tune to flat keys. There's no harp police person that's gonna come be like, hey, you're doing Celtic music in flat key. It doesn't matter, just do it. Sing what's comfortable for you. So there you go, there are your 5 tips plus a bonus for how to sing and play your harp at the same time. If this was helpful to you, do all the buttons that you know to do. I'm not gonna explain it to you because YouTube's been around for a long time. We know how to do that. Do the things and drop something in the comments if you want to see more videos like this. There's also a Facebook group you can join, which if I'm very festive, I will put a QR code up here somewhere that will link you to the Facebook group. And if I can't figure out how to do that, it'll be in the description below. Okie dokie. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you soon. Bye!